Where's the hat gone?
Morena.
I love the little
Morena.
hats.
I know. It was good because I didn't really know what to do with my hair this morning, and the hat actually hid all of that. So now you see it in all its glory. Actually, Sam, you've had the opportunity to come and see our kiwi and to talk about the beautiful existence of our kiwi here in Aotearoa and how they are now in trouble. You talked about there's only thousands left, 68,000 kiwi we have here in Aotearoa, and unfortunately because of predators those numbers are dropping. So places like this here in Tauponuiatia, the Crombie Lockwood Kiwi Burrow are incredibly important to help save our kiwi, which is the reason we're here today. It is Save Our Kiwi Week, and joining me is Kelsey Thompson, who's a kiwi keeper here at the Burrow. Morena, Kelsey. It was such a cool experience that we had earlier with our one-day-old little chick. But we're going to check out Jonty shortly. But talk to us about the burrow in this part.
So we're in the brooder room here today.
Oh God, I knew I'd stuff that up.
Well, it's in the burrow. So we're in the brooder room today. So when chicks are 2 days old, so that guy that you saw earlier is one today. So tomorrow afternoon he or she will be moving into one of these brooders here. So when they're 2 days old, they come into here and they stay for about 3 to 4 weeks until they're ready to be released outside into a creche area, which is predator free, so they can grow up to 1 kilo. So when they're in here, our goal is to get them up above their hatch weight and in good condition. So when they first hatch out, they've just absorbed or internalised all of that yolk in the egg, and they don't actually eat for the first week or so of their lives. So they're just utilising all of the nutrients from the yolk.
Awesome. Right, can we get Jonty out? Because while you're getting Jonty out, I'll just talk about the fact that during this time that they're in here for the couple of weeks, you do have, oh look at that, seriously. You do health checks on them to make sure that everything's okay. So I'm going to shut up now and you can just tell us what you're doing.
Okay, so this is Jonty, very vocal as you can hear, so he's quite chatty. So I'm just going to have a look at his eyes, make sure there's no soil or anything in them. I'm going to have a feel of his tummy, so that's how we track yolk progression or regression rather, and feel if they've eaten much food as well. So it's nice, gently rounded, and feels like there's some food in there, which is cool. He doesn't like it, as you can see. So Jonty here is doing really, really well. 19 days old today, and it looks like he's eaten really well too, which is great. So Jonty's going to be released or translocated out into the sanctuary here, Wairake creche, so just out the window. There's a predator-proof fence that runs around the grounds here, so he'll be free to roam and grow nice and big and strong before he can be released back to Taranaki.
So you say that Jonty, actually I need to bring my voice down a little bit because these guys are actually sleeping now while the rest of us are up and about. So I mean, he's a little bit grumpy because, one, you're holding on to him and prodding him, but secondly also because he's supposed to be sleeping.
Yeah, and he's telling us all about it.
Yeah, and so how's Jonty doing? And at what point, if his health is okay, do you see him being released here into the sanctuary?
Yeah, so he's in really good health overall. So there's a couple of things that we check. Mainly it's weight, so we weigh them every single day, which I'll do for you shortly. We track how their tummy feels. We can also feel their thighs just here, so I can feel he's got some good cover on the thighs, good muscle growing, and their backbone too. So his backbone's still a little bit sharp, so he's got some more cover to put on there, but I would be happy to put him out into the creche within the next couple of days with the condition that he or she is in. So he's nice, he's got attitude as well, which is what we like to see.
So we were talking a little bit earlier about how endangered our kiwis are, 68,000 that we actually have at the moment. So talk to me about the importance of the work that Save the Kiwi does, for these little guys.
So in the wild, in an area that doesn't have any predator control, you're looking at only about 5% of kiwi chicks surviving, which is really, really low. So with facilities, sorry.
No, I was just thinking, so predator is part of that. That's obviously the large part of it, but I guess you know, things happen out in the wild as well.
Yeah, definitely. So it's mainly due to predators, but it can also be misadventure with kiwi chicks. That's a term that we use. So sometimes they're just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it depends on the environment. So in the wild, it can be pretty rough in terms of your landscape. So kiwi navigate that really, really well, but sometimes they have mistakes or falls, and but usually it's predators. That's the main issue we have with our kiwi. So when they're small like this, they can't defend themselves at all. So they use their legs. So they've got really, really strong feet that they use to kick out. So I've got him pretty well cupped in my hand, so he can't do anything at the moment. But when they're about 1 kilo, they can actually use their strength and their weight to defend themselves. But until that point, they're just not strong enough. So sitting ducks.
So the one way that we can help is by donating, and if you want more information, go to savethekiwi.nz. We were talking earlier too, there's 5 different species of kiwi. What is the most endangered out of those 5 species?
I believe the most endangered of the 5 species is the roe kiwi, which can be found in Okarito near Franz Josef. So there's a couple hundred of them, or a bit more than that, but they've been doing really, really well with the same program here, Operation Nest Egg, where the eggs are retrieved from the wild and brought to an incubation and rearing facility. So they've got their numbers up by the hundreds in the last few years, which is really, really cool. Yeah.
You know, one of the amazing things is having seen Parakuehi hatch on air back in February, and then having the privilege of seeing Parakuehi released into the sanctuary at Maunga Tautari. It was just the most amazing, and I've never experienced anything like it. You do this every day. Even being here, I'm in awe of this little guy. But you do this day in, day out. What is it that you love most about what you do?
It's really hard to pick just one thing. I really love this job. It's the best thing in the world to me. I really love, in particular, seeing or being able to track from when eggs arrive at the facility, following their development all the way through when they hatch, and then just getting to look after them when they're like this. So I've seen this guy from when he first arrived with us, and when he gets released, it's going to be really, really special. So just another kiwi that gets to have a good chance at life, which is really cool.
Yeah, it is a special journey to watch it, right? So we've got Jonty. I've got about 30 seconds, but how many other kiwi chicks have we got here?
We've got 5 other kiwi chicks in the room at the moment. A few of them are almost ready to be moved out into some creche areas, which is really cool. I'm just going to pop him in the weigh box now, give him away. But yeah, so we've got 6 in here at the moment, and we've got 1 that will move through tomorrow, who you saw earlier, and then some eggs too, which are yet to hatch.
So creche is the sanctuary that we talk about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to weigh Jonty at the moment, and then Jonty's going to go back into his bed, so fear not. We're not going to annoy Jonty anymore from this point on, but he looks good, he looks nice and healthy, so hopefully in the next few days Jonty will be released into the creche or into the sanctuary, which is just outside here. Anyway, we're going to be back just before the end of the show, and hopefully we'll be able to wake up another one of our kiwi chicks, but you're a superstar. Kelsey, thank you so much for talking us through everything this morning.